In June 2025, a young woman who works in general cleaning services for a local real estate agency was sent by one of the agents to clean a certain house. This was right after the last tenants had left in a hurry without giving many explanations. According to her, the agent mentioned that this had been happening frequently. Families would move in but wouldn't stay long. They would break the contract before the agreed term and simply leave. The reason was always the same. They claimed they couldn't adapt to the atmosphere of the house, that something there made them feel uneasy.
Esta casa se ha limpiado muchísimas veces porque la gente no dura rentando. Rompe el contrato por una u otra cosa y tuvimos que venirla a limpiar el día de hoy porque ya mañana se van a mover. Se las quiero enseñar. Lo raro es que dice el realtor que no dura la gente. Esta casa se ha limpiado muchísimas veces porque rompe el contrato a la gente. Ay, no mames. Ya es noche. Estoy sola. Chingados estoy. No hay nada. Esta pinche casa la han rentado un chingo de veces. Y no.
A door opens on its own in a strange way, but the following minutes suggest something much darker.
Ya las muchachas me están esperando allá afuera. Miren, allá me da cosa. Tengo que prender la luz. Ahorita voy a ir a prender la luz para seguir grabando. ¿Te imaginas? Para que la gente rompa el contrato acá, es porque de plano no aguantan a vivir aquí. Y ahorita les voy a enseñar lo demás para allá. Déjenme prender la luz. ¿Dónde está la luz acá? Chingada madre. Ahí está. Ok, ahorita les voy a enseñar. Esta es una recámara. Se está poniendo ahorita tenso. Entonces, el Señor dice que ya van varias familias que rompen el contrato. Ahorita les voy a enseñar qué es eso que se escucha. ¡Hey! ¿Andan acá? No mames. Espérenme. Iba a dejar grabando, pero la neta ya me está dando cosa. Se escucha el ruido para acá. No sé qué sea. Escuché mucho ruido. Yo creo que me voy a tener que ir. No sé. Tengo que ir a apagar la luz de ella porque se está poniendo ya. Ay, no. Creo que voy a regresar mañana mejor. Ya me voy a la chica. Esa pinche luz, la de acá la tengo que apagar.
She approaches a door leading to a dark room. The environment is clearly poorly lit. However, when the brightness of the image is adjusted, something terrifying lurks.
Se escucha el ruido por acá. Escucha mucho ruido. Escucha mucho ruido.
Right behind the doorframe, a dark figure seems to be watching, staring directly at him. A short time later, another door opens completely on its own. That was enough for the woman to give up on the job right there and leave the house. Whether this case is true or not, one thing is certain. The history of tenants who always abandon the house, the heavy and suffocating atmosphere that clearly surrounds the place, and the presence of that shadowy figure captured on camera. All of this is enough to make anyone feel uncomfortable. Before we jump into the next video, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for your support. Celeste Rojas spent countless nights in the hospital, caring for her younger brother. During those long hours, she noticed strange activity coming from an abandoned section of the building, the old hospital morgue. One night, she ventured into its dark, deserted corridor. What happened next was like something straight out of a nightmare. At first, nothing happened, until the elevator doors suddenly closed on their own. Some viewers suggested someone on another floor pressed the button, but if no one was using that floor, why were the doors open in the first place? Moments later, an unused medical device slid across the floor, as if pulled by invisible hands, and a hospital gurney slowly rolled into view from an empty hallway. No one was around, and no explanation made sense. Celeste said she felt no fear, only curiosity, but she never saw anything like it again. Whether it was air currents, an illusion, or something lingering in the old morgue remains unknown. A woman named Deborah, who works as a caregiver for an elderly woman, received a request from the family to stay in the house while they were out of town. It's important to note that the elderly woman hadn't gotten out of bed for more than 2 years. At first, everything seemed normal. Deborah spent most of her time watching TV or browsing on her phone. One night, she fell asleep while recording a video message for a friend. She reviewed the footage. What she found in that accidental recording scared her to her core. A figure enters the room in a disturbing way and stands there, watching Deborah before the video ends. But who on earth is this person if the woman Deborah is caring for is bedridden? Frightened by this video, Deborah doesn't tell anyone and hopes it was just an isolated incident. However, the next day, this happens. You can hear a voice from the other side of the door saying Deborah, followed by a growl and banging. What makes this so chilling is that the voice sounds like the elderly woman who cannot get out of bed. A couple of days pass, and while Deborah is at home in her own bathroom, she hears something on the other side of the bathroom door and gets scared. So she immediately hits record on her phone.
Oh, Jesus!
You can hear the old woman's voice calling her by name from the other side of Deborah's bathroom door. But when Deborah opens the door, there's no one there. Viewers were terrified, and many believed that something evil attached itself to Deborah and has now followed her to her home. A man named Ivan says unexplained activity began after he received a Chucky doll for Christmas. It would activate on its own without anyone pressing the button, even without batteries. His mother sometimes found it face down beside his bed for no clear reason. Over time, it triggered more often at night, and it did not take long for strange events to unfold. After this, Ivan decided not to take any chances and installed a security camera aimed directly at the doll, and it quickly captured something chilling. Objects could now be seen moving on their own inside the house. Viewers grew skeptical and claimed the doll doesn't even talk or use batteries, and that the doll's voice wasn't the original audio. So Ivan posted a follow-up video.
Hola a toda esa gente, miren, que me han dicho, me han comentado ahí muchas cosas, pues negativas y no negativas. Entonces, pues una de las cosas que están pensando que es que no usa pilas y no habla, y que si es original y que no es original. Digo, eso pues al fin de cuentas con mucho esfuerzo. Y pues bueno, voy a proceder para que chequen de que dicen que no usa pila y que ni siquiera habla. Entonces vamos a checarle. Aquí está la parte donde trae la bocina y todo. Yo, como les dije, comenté en uno de los videos, no recuerdo cuál, No lo quiero abrir porque lo puedo dañar y no quiero eso. Entonces, aquí es donde tú presionas y el muñeco habla.
Another night, he was watching TV in the living room when he heard the doll turning on and off by itself again, so he started recording. And what he captured was frankly terrifying.
Alexa, enciende luz de habitación.
Hay algunas cosas con ese nombre: televisor habitación y espejo habitación. ¿A cuál te refieres?
Espejo habitación.
Muy bien.
The home security camera appears to capture something unsettling that he missed while checking the room. The doll seems to move by itself inside the box. At this point, most people would be thinking of getting rid of the doll or burning it. But Ivan does the opposite. Instead, he adds another very familiar doll to the collection, a creepy Annabelle. For that reason, it's safe to say we'll likely have more updates soon on Ivan's case. In 2023, Jorge was driving with his family when he noticed the lights of a church flickering in the distance. He got out to record a quick video, not realizing it was the start of a torment. After returning home, and in the days that followed, terrifying events began happening to his wife and children.
What was that? What the hell was that? This is how we get out of here. This is crazy. We couldn't even be a piece of here. I don't even want to wake her up. What the fuck? Leave us alone! Leave us alone. We're not scared of you anymore. Leave us alone. Just sit back down. Just sit back down. I'm not waking up the babysitter. This is crazy. Leave us alone. What the? Okay. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Come here. Come on, baby.
While his wife sat at a table with their daughter, the cross on the wall suddenly flipped. Then the couch remote was thrown to the floor, and someone unseen seemed to rock the baby. At that point, the mother stood up and firmly demanded the spirit leave them alone. The mother grabbed the baby and her daughters and left the house quickly. Viewers flooded the comments urging the family to contact a priest before it's too late. But is it truly the dark presence that's been tormenting this family, or something else entirely? You decide. In the next clip, ghost hunter Franco TV sets out on a solo adventure to investigate an abandoned haunted house late at night. The mansion is said to be haunted by the ghost of a small child, with sightings reported quite often. Frank spends some time exploring the exterior, and eventually, once inside the old mansion, he hears something truly terrifying.
What the hell is that? Hola? Hola?
You can hear the eerie sounds of a child's toy coming from somewhere else in the mansion. A while later, he goes back outside, and what he captures next leaves him completely frightened.
These are the other mansions that I've been to. That one and this one. But right now I'm in this one. See if I got any movement. That's that whole hallway. And then right here is the big window. What the hell is that? Oh, shit. That look.
You can see the face of what appears to be a child peeking through a window, staring directly at Frank. He notices it, and then, whoever it is, vanishes from sight. Frank goes to check but doesn't find anyone, so he decides to head back inside to look for whoever he just saw.
Oh, I thought I heard something just move through the floors. Alright, let me stay focused. Alright, let's see if I can get it to go off again. Niño, ¿tú puedes mover la cosa? Toca el botón. Niño. I'm gonna turn off the light. What is that? What was that?
Frank calls out to the child, but nothing appears. However, when he turns the light off, something shows up, but once again, it quickly vanishes from his view. He has no idea what it could be, so he continues, determined to get to the bottom of whatever or whoever he's been seeing. A few minutes later, this happens.
I switched over to my other camera. I thought I felt safer, completely dark at light. I definitely do not. Hola? Hola? What was that? I literally saw what looked like an arm. It looked like a kid's arm just pushed the door open. room I just came from.
A door opens right in front of Frank, and he says it looks like a child's arm pushed it open. But where is the child? Frank searches everywhere and finds no one. His viewers agree that whoever or whatever this face and this arm belong to, it could only be the ghost of a child. Now, tell me, do you think Franco captured a child's ghost on camera? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. The following video is from the channel Mysterio JL. This time, we'll see two ghost hunters who decided to go to an abandoned building with a dark history about a boy who died there and is said to haunt the place. When they arrived and began their exploration, they started to hear strange noises.
Si te fijas en todas las paredes, está ese nombre, güey, el niño Emilio, güey. No sabemos por qué, pero en todas las paredes está ese nombre. Grito, un grito. ¿Qué fue? Hola. Uy. ¿Dónde fue, güey? Mamá. ¿Dónde fue, güey? No sé. Mamá. Mamá, dijeron, güey. No manches. Clarito, no manches, güey.
¿Hay algún niño aquí? ¿El espíritu de algún niño?
¡Ay, güey! ¡Otra vez, güey!
Aquí está. Aquí está. ¿Dónde fue?
¿Dónde fue, güey?
¿Se escuchó aquí cerca, eh?
¡Niño!
After a few minutes inside, they realized they weren't alone because they began to hear the voice of a child calling for his mother. But what they recorded next is truly creepy.
Segura que está ahí, güey. Mira, ya la quemaron, colombiano, mira esa figura. ¿Qué fue? Ay, Dios, sí. Se escuchó clarito, güey.
¿Dónde fue, güey?
No sé.
¿No sería arriba, güey?
Yo creo que sí, fíjate. Se escuchó clarito la voz de un niño, güey.
No se alborotaría con el hueco, güey.
Ay, cañón, acá. Se vio algo acá de este lado, güey. Acá, colombiano, pasó algo ahí. Ay, cañón.
At one point in the investigation, one of the ghost hunters recorded something, or someone, on the upper floor. A figure resembling a small child, apparently watching them. They continued exploring until they captured more disturbing.
¿Qué? 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 ¿Qué, güey?
Algo pasó por allá.
¿Dónde, güey?
Algo pasó por allá al fondo.
¿Aquí?
No, acá.
¿Dónde?
Acá arriba.
¿A este lado?
Sí, acá arriba. Algo pasó acá arriba, güey. No manches. No, para acá. No manches, güey.
¿Qué viste, güey? ¿Qué viste?
No. No me vas a creer lo que vi,
¿Qué
güey.
viste, güey?
Vi un bulto, güey, pequeño, güey.
This time we see something even more unsettling. A mysterious dark figure of a child running quickly through the building. On this occasion, the investigators noticed the figure and went to the spot, but they didn't find anyone. So, did they manage to record the real ghost of a child in a haunted building? Or is it just a well-crafted hoax? Let me know what you think in the comments. A video posted on YouTube in January 2013 shows a child in the living room of their home. He is making a video while playing with a mini skateboard. But all this good time quickly goes downhill when something frightening happens.
Se movió la silla.
While the boy was filming, out of nowhere the dining chair slides backward as if it were being pulled by an invisible force. The sound startles everyone, especially the family's cat, which immediately runs away in fright. The child just sits there, stunned, calling out his brother's name and staring at what had just happened. But as he tries to explain to his brother what he had just witnessed, something even more disturbing happens.
Sí. Tipo, es de Arquiteta.
The door to the living room slammed shut with great force, as if someone had pushed it aggressively. This sudden escalation from a moving chair to a slamming door left the boy deeply unsettled. No one else was in the room, and there was no clear explanation for what had just happened. Some people who saw the footage speculated that it could have been staged using fishing line or other tricks. However, others pointed out that the cat's immediate and genuine reaction suggested something far more mysterious might have been at play.